As a millennial, there's only one versus I care about. Who you got?
Sag, Sun, Aquaman versus Sag, Sun, Taurus, Moon.
You're the cutest thing I've seen all day long. Come here, please. You want a picture with me? Please, I just want to pinch you.
Nobody ever told you in your whole life. How are you supposed to know? Like my brother, he's like, well, you didn't know this and he'll pick on me. I'm like, well, I'm too busy selling 50 million records.
Adam, you didn't turn your chair around, so shut up.
You're not the boss of me.
That's what you think. You know what? I've been doing this since I was 4 years old. I've been through the highs, the lows, the ups, the downs, everything in between. I have the experience, the knowledge, the talent, and the advice. Thank you very much. The voice.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Dom Del Cielo back with another video. Dom DC for short. Let me mommy, Dom Mamacita. You can call me. This is my segment of astrology as part of Mythology Monday. So if you're new here, hey, I'm Dom. Do a segment called Mythology Monday where I do my makeup while telling you about the love story from somewhere around the world. So and its origins. So if that's up your alley. If you enjoy that kind of content, make sure you like this video, subscribe, share with your friends, and comment down what you found most exciting. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe. I'm gonna link up the podcast down below, and then also I'm going to color correct for you guys today in fast speed. Be right back. Today we'll be discussing the 9th sign of the Zodiac, which is Sagittarius. I don't know why I was saying Sagittarius earlier, that's so weird. If your birthday falls between November 22nd and December 21st, that means that Sagittarius is your sun sign. Sagittarius is the mutable fire sign of the Zodiac. Now, what exactly does that mean? Like Gemini and Virgo, its modality is mutable. The mutable modality marks the end of each season and the transition into the new season. So, for example, in the northern hemisphere, Sagittarius marks the end of fall/autumn into the transition into winter. Winter. Mutable signs are very adaptable and good at finding compromise. They take all the information from what the other signs have built and perfect it. Sagittarius is all about action and getting other people to take action. They're the most personable people of the Zodiac. little purples, pinks. They are best at activating a project and moving people along, especially when a project is stuck. You just need some of that Sagittarius energy to make it all better. Their go-getter spirit helps them really keep things moving and get things going. Sagittarius is the last fire sign of the Zodiac, along with the iconic Aries and Leo, who we talked about before. Aries is the cardinal fire sign, Leo is the fixed fire sign. If you haven't watched those videos, you need to make sure that you do. You can't miss any in the series. It's very important. Fire signs are full of passion, tend to be impatient, but also idealistic. And they can be very warm, can be quite explosive. Pun intended. Fire itself is very powerful as it can create or destroy. Ancient Chinese tradition, fire represents the yang force called Hou. I think that's how you say it, Hou. Trying to make sure we get these.
Sorry ass DJ.
And this force called Q symbolizes enthusiasm and strength alongside aggression and impatience. Sagittarius is a mutable and evolving fire. If I had to explain all the fire signs, it would be kind of explained like this. Aries is the first strike of a flame. Leo is a regal hearth. And Sagittarius is a bonfire. And who doesn't love a bonfire? I know I do. This helps Sagittarius in being the biggest people of the Zodiac. People of the Zodiac. Now the word Sagittarius comes from the Latin word sagitta, which is referring to an arrow, and it's determined to be from both Latin and some other pre-Latin Mediterranean language, which we do not know the name of, at least not yet. And even though Sagittarius is known as the archer, there's no commonality for the word archer across the Romance language, but there is some commonalities for the word arrow across the Romance languages that are derived from Latin. In case you didn't know what Romance languages are, or why I bring them up every time I talk about like the origin of these words. In Portuguese, arrow is seta, which is kind of close. And in Romanian, arrow is sagiata. But those words are totally completely different in Italian and in Spanish and French. The previous sign, Sagittarius, also had interesting connections to various civilizations. Of course, we're going to start with Babylonia, per usual, is they're like the oldest civilization, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Remember, back in the video for Gemini, we learned about the great twins who guard who guard the underworld, and the underworld has 2 entrances in Babylon. The entrance that the great twins guarded is the one for the new souls entering into Earth, newborn baby souls. And the newborn baby souls come to Earth during the summer solstice, according to Babylonian tradition. Sag season is the beginning of the winter solstice, where disembodied souls of mankind are spirited away from the atmosphere of the earth and driven up to the regions of heaven to be with the ancestors. The Babylonian prototype for what we know today as Sagittarius is an archer figure known as YOUR Sag, whose name means chief ancestor. In the 12th century, YOUR Sag was depicted as a human archer with a scorpion's body and bird-like feet. I'm gonna put a picture up that looks. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it looks hilarious. At least to me it does. It looks hilarious. Also known as Ninurta, he was the husband of the healing goddess. His wife name was Nisina, and he also was him being YOUR Sag / Ninurta was also god of various things such as war, hunting, and the south wind. And the winds have the power to fertilize and generate life. Just FYI. YOUR Sag star rises in the 9th month, and the months where his stars in the sky symbolize the point where the sun is the lowest, and that is lowest ebb. That means the gates of the underworld are opened, symbolizing the transition between new life and death. It is believed that his location in the southern region of the Milky Way represents the souls on their way, like the path the souls take on their way to the underlife. YOUR Sag is a guide to the sea souls on their way to the afterlife. He is also a hunter of demons and antelopes. Help the dead souls reach the afterlife. So he's meant to guard off any dangers that would stop the deceased souls from reaching afterlife. Which is such an interesting conceptualization of like death, that I guess there's an idea like you are in a sense being held in the world captive until you can cross over or be let go. So he literally helps the people in a sense cross over. Now in Egypt, Sagittarius is said to be the god Happy, cause I'm happy, who is god of the Nile River and its flooding. The floods in Egypt of the Nile River deposited rich salt, fertile soil on the river's bank that allowed the Egyptians to grow crops every year. So, for that reason, Happy's kind of a big deal. Or Hoppy? I don't know which ones that are happy. happy. And happy is shown as a fat man with a big stomach and ceremonial flute, ceremonial false beard. He also has blue and or green skin with women's breasts. Iconic. A man with titties. The best of both worlds. So his breasts and stomach are meant to symbolize that he symbolizes fertility and his ability to nourish the land through the flooding of the Nile River. The Nile River, as most historians know, was divided into two parts. Happy was god of the northern Nile, which often depicted with the papyrus plant, which is a sign symbol of that region of Egypt. Hapi was considered the creator from which all living things sprang. The flood every year was known as the arrival of Hapi. The Egyptians would toss and bring sacrifices to the river in his honor. Babel Sag before him is believed to have powers to help lead recently dead souls to the afterlife, and those souls he led to the afterlife would receive powers like his. People prayed for Hapi's power for mortal and immortal creatures alike. In Greek mythology, Sagittarius is represented by the centaur Chiron. Chiron was not like the other centaurs. He was kind and taught medicine, hunting, music, and prophecy. He taught great heroes like Jason, Achilles, and Hercules. One day, while Hercules was hunting a wild boar, Hercules accidentally shot Chiron in the knee with one of his poison arrows, hitting his thigh and bringing him to the point of death. Yet Chiron was immortal, and he could not pass over to the realm of the dead. He became depressed and devised a plan to end his pain. Now enter Prometheus. Prometheus brought mankind fire, according to legend, which pissed off Zeus, because Zeus obviously is a narcissistic father. And it pissed Zeus so much off that he chained him to a mountain. And the only way that Prometheus could be freed is that if a god or goddess willingly surrendered their life for his freedom. So Chiron made the sacrifice. Prometheus was set free and gave enlightenment to mankind. When Chiron gave up his life and died, Zeus placed him among the heavens as the Sagittarius constellation. Now, Sagittarius ruling planet is Jupiter, which is the planet of growth, expansion, healing, prosperity, good fortune, and miracles. It governs wealth, travel, health, higher education, religion, and law. Jupiter's influence allows Sagittariuses to have an insatiable appetite for learning new things and being optimistic, as well as being risk takers, but also a tendency to avoid commitment. I feel like it's definitely very much stereotype for Sagittarius suns. Sagittarius in the normal hemisphere occurs when darkness is lengthening. It is seen as a time of reflection and getting in touch with the spiritual and intellectual side of oneself. I love that there's like so much of the soul that goes with Sagittarius. Because I don't know. I just didn't know what I thought the archer did, but I think these archer figures are guiding souls to cross over and grow to afterlife. Which I guess I was wondering, there's always many theories about like what happens when you die, when you cross over. So how that Sagittarius is risk-taking and also really like giving and
wholehearted is great. It's amazing. And here is the final look. Yep, we love that purple. We love the nude lip, glossy nude lips. Tell me what you guys think in the comments down below. Yup.
Now it's time for the Big Six in Sagittarius.
Restless, cheerful, friendly Sagittarius and Sun people are generally on the go. They love freedom and a disdain for routine. Generally quite easygoing, Sagittarians make friends with people of all walks of life. They love to laugh and tease, get along well with both sexes. Sagittarians have often blinded the people and the world. Their optimism is infectious. Although they can get into trouble from time to time, these people are curious, people who love to learn, and their idealistic nature is hard to miss. So the natives may have a quick temper as they are fire signs, but they're usually very quick to forget where their anger even came from in the first place. More than anything, lunar Sagittarians have a need for personal freedom and space. They're extraordinarily happy and easygoing folks, as long as they don't get caged or feel cooped up. Lunar Sagittarians have a simultaneous need for activity, meeting new people, going on the world, and travel that are all important to their well-being. They love open spaces and in their homes, a roomy and bright environment. They easily forget appointments and the like, and some are considered responsible. However, it is hard to stay mad angry. They are cheerful and optimistic. Freedom of thought is what Mercury in Sagittarius strives for, at least in theory. These people communicate in an optimistic and forward-looking manner. Their ideas are generally very big, but probably wise to use tact when you see all the little holes in their arguments. Remember, they mean well. These people have vision. Not always thought about focusing on details. Mercury and Sagittarius people prefer to expand their mental horizons through reading and thinking in larger subjects like philosophy. Their thirst for knowledge is insatiable, but they have little patience for dry academics or cold hard facts. Theirs is a restless intellect. They learn best when they are given the freedom to think for themselves, and when they're truly interested in the topic at hand. The things they're learning are fun. Yep, that's true. Venus and Sagittarius people are in love. They feel the need that they can grow and expand their horizons through their relationship. They want to learn new things and experience everything together. These idealistic lovers who want you to appreciate their beliefs, visions, and ideals. They can be a confusing mix of the lighthearted and the serious. They are roamers and seekers and don't commit in their relationships as easily as others. They turn people on with their grand schemes, jokes, dreams, and flirtatious, friendly nature. Mars and Sagittarius people get angry. They feel like running. They have to do something, not about it, something else altogether. They don't have a lot of patience to waiting things out. This is where the restlessness and adventurous nature of Sagittarius comes in. People with this position of Mars should seriously consider festivity as the best means of anger management. They already don't naturally do so. They are not known for their follow-through. Starting new projects, however, with a memorable goal, so their vision and optimism can in the way of completing what they say. The world is filled with hope, new things to experience, and most of all, adventure with this ascendant. There is an unmistakable faith and enthusiasm with Sagittarius rising people. Grand schemes, big promises, and a willingness to explore, experiment are themes. Although follow-through is not a strong characteristic of Sagittarius, these individuals are somewhat restless and often active people. They're always looking for something that is out of their grasp, and many do this their entire lives. Well, that's it for the videos of Sagittarius. What did you find most interesting? I think my favorite story was the Greek one with Chiron and Prometheus. That he sacrificed himself to give mankind enlightenment. And I thought it was interesting all the stories had a connection of guiding souls to the afterlife. But let me know what your thoughts are. And especially comment down below if you have any Sagittarius placements. And again, thanks for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and be awesome. Bye.